So, the trial involving a black teen who has been repeatedly suspended from school for refusing to change his hairstyle begins today in Texas. 18-year-old Darryl George would not remove his dreadlocks, which the school district claims violates the dress code. So, for more on this, I want to bring in Cheyanne Mumphrey, rather. She is a national education reporter for the Associated Press. Cheyanne, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of people would have heard of Crown Acts. They've been popping up kind of across the country. That's kind of at the center of this. But I want you to bring us up to speed on this case, because we learned about his story, like, I think it was last year, maybe. What's the backstory leading up to this trial?
Yeah, so first, thank you again for having me. The case really stems from Darryl George, who was suspended on August 31st when he came to school, which is a couple weeks after the school year had started. He was served an in-school suspension for having locks. The school argues that his hairstyle violates their dress code policy, which I will read right here. It says, boys' hair will not extend below the eyebrows, below the earlobes, or below the top of a t-shirt collar. And the school's argument there is that the dress code is meant to, help students conform, teach students discipline. It also talks about hygiene and discipline. And so, the family of Darryl George has argued, and Darryl George himself has argued, that his hairstyle should be protected under the Crown Act. The case today, it will actually determine whether hair length, which is the biggest argument here, actually is protected by the Crown Act.
So just out of curiosity, because we're showing pictures of him, and yeah, he's got locks, but they're like they're braided up, and in terms of length, visually, they may be longer once you let them out, but they don't look long in this picture because they're up. But does that not make a difference for the school district?
Their argument has repeatedly been that when let down, that his hair does violate the dress code. I am uncertain at the moment whether that policy applies in this case because of the way that he's styling it upward. Again, that's what the case today will determine, whether length is included under the Crown Act. And if so, then we will have to kind of see what the school decides to do, whether it becomes change their policy or allow Darryl back into his normal classroom, or on the flip side, what extended punishment might come of Darryl George if the judge does decide that the school is correct.
So what's for people who may not exactly know the actual definition of the Crown Act, what is it, and what is it meant to do?
Correct. So the Crown Act is a hair discrimination law. Essentially, it protects against protective hairstyles. It which include, for Black Americans, it includes afros, braids, bantu locks, and several other styles. And the thing with the Crown Act is it's enacted in about 24 states currently. It is not a federal law. The concern here, is that the Crown Act was intended to protect against race-based hair discrimination. And it does so in school environments and also workplace environments. So this is not a law that's just directed at educational institutions. This is across the board. A lot of Black Americans do take the time to try to conform to European beauty standards. Women sometimes will straighten their hair with chemicals and such just to make sure that they look professional, whatever that tends to mean.
I'm glad you clarified that, because, it comes from somewhere. It comes from decades and decades and decades of African-American women trying to comply with dress codes that do not take into account the nature of our natural hair, right? And so, and in some cases, the dress code said it would be kind of impossible to adhere to without doing some real damage to your hair. So it's saying that your hair can be natural and be professional, and you should be able to wear that,
right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, the hair dress code too at Barbers Hill High School also, includes not just the style of the hair, but there are words in here in the dress code that say that your hair must be neat and cleaned and well groomed. And some of the argument from activists and some research that has been done has shown that those terms can be slightly subjective. And so it becomes up to the administration to determine what neat means, what well-groomed looks like. And so, we have seen in variety of cases here where the discipline action taken is unequally applied.
Yeah.
All right. Cheyanne Mumphrey, really excellent reporting. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.